Hey guys, Hunter Tom here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you my top 5 value .22 air pistols of the month, which is May 2017. Now the reason that I'm making this video is because 22 air pistols are really cool. First of all, they're a very good backpacking slash car gun, they're easy to transport, and they're a very compact size. And the thing with 22 is that it's a bit stronger than 177 for hunting, and they're great for rodent hunting and small pest hunting. And that's why I picked 22. So as usual, I'm going to give you the order that I picked these air pistols in, and then I'm going to give you my reasons why I picked them in this order. Now just because I picked them in this order doesn't mean they're not good guns, it just means personally what I think the value of these guns are for the price you're paying for them. So this is basically what I would buy if I had to buy them, and it's the order that I would buy them in. So that order is number 1, the Browning 800 Express, number 2, the Sassen Model 25 Supercharger Air Pistol, number 3, the Crosman 2240, number 4, the Crosman 1322 Air Pistol, and number 5, the Beeman P1 Air Pistol. So the reason why I chose the Browning 800 Express over the Sassen Model 25 is because it has a 47-pound cocking effort versus the Sassen Model 25 58-pound cocking effort. So the Browning 800 Express is a bit easier to cock. The Browning 800 Express has an 18-inch overall length versus the Sassen Model 25's 20-inch overall length, so it's a bit smaller and easier to transport. The Sassen Model 25 has a 450 feet per second FPS versus the Browning 800 Express's 600 feet per second. But I mean, pellet velocity isn't like the most important thing, it's more about how accurate the gun is and if it suits your needs. So the Browning 800 Express has a 4-pound trigger pull versus the Sassen Model 25's 5.09 pound trigger pull, which might be a reason why you want to get the Browning 800 Express. But the thing with the Sassen Model 25 is that it has an adjustable trigger, unlike the Browning 800 Express. Also, there is one con with the Sassen Model 25, and that's the thing is with that is that you have to unscrew the muzzle cap to put the cocking aid on it, but the Browning doesn't have to. And the cons of the Browning 800 Express versus the Sassen Model 25 is that it's slightly more expensive, coming at $150 versus the $130 that you'll pay for a Sassen Model 25, and it doesn't come with a 2-stage adjustable trigger. But both guns are scopable. I mean, they're very similar guns, but I personally would probably go with the Browning 800 Express. So the reason why I picked the Sassen Model 25 Supercharger Air Pistol over the Crosman 2240 is because it has a simpler design. If you're out in the woods, you can take it apart and mess around with the internals, and you won't be afraid of losing small parts, which is one perk of buying the Sassen Model 25 over the 2240. You also, with the Sassen Model 25 Supercharger, there's a con: you have to break the barrel every time you want to load it and cock it. But with the Crosman 2240, you have to buy CO2 every time you want to shoot it 60 times full power, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it depends really on preferences. If you want to go with 2240, go with it. I personally like CO2 guns and brake barrels, and that's why I put these the Browning 800 Express, the Sassen Model 25, and the Crosman 2240 all in like third place. Like if I had to choose, like if I was at the store and I had to pick out of those three guns, I'd probably go with the cheapest, which is the 2240. But I think personally, value-wise, the 800 Express has the most value out for the price out of all the guns, just with what it comes with and the specs of the gun. It just seems pretty reasonable. And I mean, for $60, the Crosman 2240 is also really reasonable, but it just depends in preferences, right? If you're going to shoot 2,000 to 3,000 shots out of your gun, in the long run, it might be worth going with the Sassen Model 25 because you won't have to go for, buy CO2. Now, the reason why I picked the 2240 over the Crosman 1322, again, a preference thing. You don't need to crank the 2240 every 10 times to get a full power shot, but with the 1322, you need to crank it 10 times for a full power shot, or 3 shots for just like 3 pumps for a lower power shot. And the 1322 is a bit longer, coming in at 13.63 inches total length versus the 2240 at 11.13 inches. Inches total length. And the 1322 is still a great gun, but they're both very similar to the 2240. They're both really highly moddable guns, and I might get a 2240 in the future, in the near future, because it seems like a really cool gun. It's cheap to shoot, I'd say. It's just costs like 50 cents for a 12 gram CO2, plus the pellets, which are a bit more expensive than .177, but they do have a bit more power. Now the thing Well, the reason I put the 1322 in 4th place over the Beeman P1, which is in 5th place, is because the 1322 is much cheaper, coming in at $60 versus the P1's $460 price tag, which is the main reason I put it in fifth place. So this is the thing: the Beeman P1 costs $460, but it's also a lot higher quality. It's made in Germany, and you know it's not going to break. But the 1322 has a very simple design, and it costs much less. So I think again it's a preference thing. Do you want to spend $460 on a nice German gun air pistol .22, or do you want to go and spend $60 on a 1322, and she'll still get the job done? It'll shoot a pellet out, and it might not be as accurate as the Beeman P1, but it's also highly moddable. So again, it's a preference thing. In 22 air pistols, there's only like 2 air pistols that are really in the same category, which is the Sassen Model 25 and the Browning 800 Express. They're both break actions, but the other 3 mentioned below them, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place winner, are like 3 different categories of guns. So if you like CO2 guns, really, it's a preference thing. If you like CO2 guns, go with them. If you like with a variable pump gun, go with it. It comes down to preferences. If you want to spend money on CO2, you can, or if you don't like spending money on CO2, you can always just go with a variable pump or a break action. So yeah, this is basically the guns that I think are best value out of the 5 I could find on the internet. There are a bunch of PCP .22 air pistols, but I didn't want to mention them just because they're more expensive than the P1 at $460, which I already think is a lot, and I don't think they're not worth buying unless you're in a competition shooting, or if you really want a PCP air pistol. But yeah, in 22 it really just comes down to preferences. So in .22 air pistols, they seem to be a little rare on the internet. I was only able to find 5 that were actually that reasonable, and even then, like the P1 I find is not that reasonable for $460. I would have personally, if I was like, I'd try to cut the manufacturing price cost down to like $150, or you're like, get it cheap enough for consumers to buy it at $100 or $245. But that's just personally, that's what I would do. But yeah, they're all great guns, I'd say. It's a preference thing, and yeah, I hope this is basically just what I think value wise what I would go for. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions or the next future top 10, top 5, or whatever, the top X number of guns, you guys can pick next category if you want to see my top 5 .177 air pistols or .177 hunting air rifles. You guys leave me, or even like a BB gun if you want me to pick my top BB guns of next month. Leave it down in the comments below. And also yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There should be an update coming soon for the channel. I'm getting quite busy in this month, so I don't know, I might miss a few weeks of video uploading, but I'll try to keep my schedule regular on Friday. On Fridays, new videos should come. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I spent a bit of time on it and I did a bit of research, but it might not be that great, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyways. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.